everything on a platter to perhaps go ahead and short the markets upwards of 17,500. We did see a lot of call writing on Friday as well. So there was supposed to be some sort of resistance upwards of 17,500. But all that and more in just a bit. Let's get corporate conversations going. We have Blue Star launching their new deep freezer manufactured at the company's new Wada factory. To discuss this and demand trends, we are joined by P. Thiagarajan, who's the MD of Blue Star. A deep freezer, something that we need for all of us here as well, given the sort of heat wave that is taking place. Mr. Thiagarajan, thank you so much for joining in. Before we talk about the deep freezers, etc., I just wanted your thoughts on the kind of growth that you foresee this summer, primarily because, a lot of reports do indicate that despite the heat waves, etc., previous heat waves too, haven't seen a noticeable correlation between higher temperature and higher sales. It's pretty random. Just wanted your thoughts on the same.
Good afternoon, Mangalam. It is a pleasure interacting with you. See, if you're asking about room air conditioners, this drama begins every year. I've seen it for now 40 years. It is true that room air conditioner business is seasonal. There is no doubt about it at all. See, close to around 40% of the profit may happen for room air conditioners during the summer season. First point is that it used to be peaking sometime in May last week. It started moving backwards. Nowadays, we are finding that it is advancing. The peak may happen in the April first week or March last week itself. Now, in terms of demand, I am talking, but I'm not talking in terms of the actual sales. Now, if you're asking about primary sales, the dealers are beginning to stock across various locations. Now, summer setting in early will not mean summer will last for 5 months. It is also going to end early. That's what we have seen again and again. Now, all summer season, you will have rain somewhere, some storm building up somewhere. All this will happen. Taking everything into consideration, my assessment is the growth this year will be around 25% in terms of demand. That's what I estimate. And our own goal is that if the growth is 25%, we should aim for 30% growth. This is for the period March to June. That's how I will calculate. Basically, because I am seeing the summer season advancing year after year. Last year, if you recollect, it peaked in April. Everyone said that this market will double. There will be shortage of air conditioners, but it tapered off in May. So all put together, given the penetration rate, given the manufacturing capacity expansion that is taking place, ambitions of all the industrial players and their aspirations, I would bet around 25% growth for the industry. We are aiming to grow, if everything goes on well, by 30% compared with the previous summer.
Okay, so 25% growth on an average and 30% compared to the previous summer. Got that. What would this mean for your market share, Mr. Thiagarajan? Earlier, you had guided for 15% by the end of FY25. Are we on track to do that? What's the market share currently? And what are you doing to gain market share?
We are sticking to that forecast, that our aim is to get to 15% market share. And I think we will end with around 13.5. You have seen for the past 5 quarters, we have consistently performed well. We hope to close March also on a high note. Now, market share gain will come from primarily the bottom of the pyramid. We were focusing on premium products. If you recollect, then we went to affordable premium. We have in our portfolio now affordable products as well. The second thing is that we are expanding our footprint in Hindi-speaking markets, and we are investing in promotion and advertising in those markets as well. And we were not having those affordable range till last year. It is helping us to gain market share in certain pockets.
Okay, that's interesting. I did actually want to touch upon the competition in the space, Mr. Thiagarajan, but you've pretty much touched upon that already in terms of, your growth in terms of market share. You're aiming at around 15%. But what about the commercial air conditioning systems? You all have won some orders previously in the quarter gone by. Does the need increase from the commercial air conditioning system segment as well, maybe in terms of replacements or new systems coming on board? And what is that segment looking like for you?
Internally, we look at it as a B2B and B2C Ekta. The room air conditioners obviously is a B2C product driven by residential demand. Now, if you look at the B2B part of it, the immediate thing in the summer season is, as Mangalam started, it is the commercial refrigeration products, deep freezers or cold rooms, so on and so forth. Which we have again launched a new range. We expanded our capacity in our Wada deep freezer plant. This is driven by ice cream, processed food consumption, and also pharma and commercial kitchens. That business is doing extremely well. We will witness around 30% growth this financial year. And India's penetration is very pathetic there. It has to grow from now on in a big way. That's why we invested in the capacity. The next part is the commercial air conditioning systems, which are shop, showroom, boutiques, small hospitals, small hotels, so on and so forth. Again, driven by tier 3, 4, 5, driven by manufacturing sector, driven by multiple sectors like educational institutions, even marriage halls and banquet halls, so on and so forth. That business has witnessed significant growth for the first time. The market itself has grown by more than 25%. We have grown by around 35% in that part of the business. The next one in B2B is electromechanical projects, driven by manufacturing, driven by data centers, airports, metro railway. And that segment, we are sitting with a huge order book. If you look at Blue Star's order book, it is more than rupees 5,000 crores.
Right.
And it is at record level. And as I have been mentioning, we are not chasing the order book there, how profitably we will execute, how the free cash flows will be, and how we can deliver the bottom line there.
Right.
So on the whole, whether it is B2B or B2C, it is a landmark year.
Right.
And I hope this trend continues as we enter the summer season.
Right. Quickly before we let you go, let's talk about the big reason why we called you. This was on account of your launch of new deep freezers. It's a 1750 crore market. Just wanted to understand with this new launch of yours, what could the incremental revenue be for you? And secondly, you already have a 29% market share in the deep freeze segment. With this new category, how much higher can it go?
The launch is to do with taking the category to a different level, lower energy consumption, because any commercial refrigeration equipment, including cold stores, work 24/7, 365 days. So these are inverter based and state-of-the-art, environmentally friendly, and saving energy for the consumer so that the life cycle cost is reduced. Now, there are multiple segments are also coming up, like the food delivery institutions, commercial kitchens, and after the pandemic, healthcare and pharma segments are also investing. Now, our market share goal there is from 29, take it to 35%. We are perhaps the only player. We are there from a water cooler to a large cold storage. We are present in every segment in the value chain other than the transport refrigeration.
Okay.
And so we will focus on technology, we will focus on power consumption reduction, and we will be making in India this segment imported a lot from other countries because the scale was not there. Now that scale is available, it will be possible to make in India.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks a lot for joining in and giving us an update on the business, and all the best. That's Blue Star.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for being with us. That's Blue Star. But let's do one thing. Let's take a quick break. On the other side of the break, lots more on the market. Here's a quick programming note. Tomorrow on the 14th of March, CNBC TV 18 will host what